The United States is suspending security cooperation with military forces in Niger, a week after soldiers ousted the country's president and his government. Americans on the ground are evacuating the country, as are French and other European citizens. And maybe evacuate is too gentle a word. Escape may be better in capturing the mounting sense that foreigners might get trapped in the country. For more, Sam Mednick joins me from Niger's capital. She is a West Africa correspondent for the Associated Press. Sam, what is the situation in Niger's capital right now?
In general, the situation is fairly calm. However, we're sort of in a wait and see period right now. The junta took over a week ago. They have been holding the president, according to what the government says, hostage. He has yet to resign. But the regional body called ECOWAS has said that if he is not released within 7 days, which would be August 6th, that they have threatened military force. Regional countries who have military coups themselves, like Mali and Burkina Faso, have pushed back on that and said that they will fight back if that happens. So there's a lot of tension right now that is building. In the capital, things are fairly calm. However, there are protests that are happening both in favor of Bazoum, the president, and in favor of the new junta. There's actually a protest that's happening tomorrow in favor of the junta. They've called people to take peacefully to the streets to protect their freedom and to support the new leaders.
So, Sam, when you say things are relatively calm, does that mean you can walk out and it looks like a kind of normal day? Maybe people are talking about it, but that's the first. And then I'll just add on another is in these dueling rallies, there's call for them to be peaceful protests. What's your expectation? Might those protests kind of clash?
If you walked out on the streets right now, I was out today, you wouldn't necessarily know that something was going on. You speak to some people, and some people say we were too busy looking for food. Niger is it's a poor country. People say we're more focused on food than on what's happening in the news. There are pockets, though, and days where there are protests where things have gotten heated. The other day on Sunday, protesters attacked the French embassy. They burned one of the doors. The Nigerian army had to come and break it up. So there are pockets of outbursts, and if you speak to people who are talking about it, you hear different opinions. Their people are heated. But if you're just walking around certain neighborhoods, driving on the streets, you wouldn't necessarily know that something was happening. So it's a bit of a juxtaposition, and it also depends on the day. It's a very uncertain situation right now, and it's a very evolving situation.
And the uncertainty for Americans and others who are evacuating, is that why they're evacuating? And also, are they having any difficulty getting out of the country?
So a lot of the people I spoke to who are evacuating, Americans as well as a lot of Europeans, some of them wanted to leave anyways because they were going to go. And so this was an opportunity for them to get out because the borders have been shut. Others have said that they're concerned, that they don't know if this regional tension that's building is going to result in military force coming into Niger. And so they wanted to protect their family, protect their children. And so they thought it was better to leave the country. Some said that they were already experiencing threats, and so they wanted to get out before things necessarily escalated. So far, from what I've heard, there haven't been problems getting out. There was the fourth flight this evening that was operated by the French military that left tonight. There was a flight operated by the Italians that left, and there is a fifth one that apparently is underway as well by the French also today.
And Sam, finally, Niger joins a list of African countries that have experienced military coups since 2020. Is this a pattern in the region that has seen an increase? And is what's happened in Niger a scenario that's different from those others?
The coups in West Africa have definitely increased in recent years. There have been between Mali and Burkina Faso, each of them had 2 coups apiece between 2020 and last year. So it has definitely increased. The coup in Niger, from people I've spoken to, and I covered the coup in Burkina Faso as well, that one was different, whereas people felt like they were expecting it a bit more. The security situation, because of growing jihadi violence in the region, is worse in Burkina Faso. So people felt like, okay, they took over the country and they were trying to secure it. In Niger, a lot of people said that this took them really by surprise. They weren't ready for it. The security situation was actually improving. And so some people just don't fully understand the reasons behind it, and say that they really don't understand what the issue is, and they're kind of waiting to see what happens going forward.
Sam Mednick, West African correspondent for the Associated Press. Sam, Thanks so much for being out there reporting for us. Thank you.